Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Moons and Runes, or Runes and Moons. I think I just said my own channel backwards. Welcome. My name is Shannon Colleen, and this is going to be a timeless message from your ancestors. This is intended for you being a Taurus moon sign. However, I still would recommend looking at your other placements. So if you're a Taurus sun, this is good for you to watch, or Venus, or rising. And I would check the others because those messages might resonate with you more, and that is perfectly okay. So welcome in. We are going to start with an overall energy from your ancestors, then we'll pull some runes, and then a final message here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Taurus. Taurus. Ancestors for Taurus. What is the overall energy for this message here? What is the overall energy? Ancestors of Taurus, what is the overall message here? Show me clearly, please. What is the overall? What is the overall? Thank you. Boy, that came out super fast. So let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness, conflict behind the mask. Okay. I know a lot of you are like, ugh. This is absolutely your ancestors letting you know there's a decision that you have to make right now, okay? This could be in any area of your life. It could be big or small. But there is some conflicting energy in your path that you need to make a decision on if you're going to stay there or not, okay? So this is just one example, okay? This is just one example. It can apply to anything in your life. But Taurus, this could be getting a job offer, but you're conflicted on changing because you've been with your company for so long. You've got all these benefits here. You've really worked yourself up the ladder, and you're just conflicted on which way to go, all right? On which way to go. The thing is that, and this is quite unusual for me and for, I feel like the advice that comes out from the ancestors is, they're often saying go with your gut, go with your intuition. But in this decision, I feel like they're asking you to be a little bit more logical about it, a little bit more mental, okay? To actually kind of go through a little bit of the pros and cons. You know, what are the pros and cons? And then once you've done that, then bring your intuition in, okay? Because I feel like you might be a little foggy with this mask, right? Conflict behind the mask. You might be a little foggy on which way to go. This could be in a love relationship, work, buying a new home. It could be many things. So I feel like during this time, whatever decision you need to make, it is actually one of pull your emotions out of it for a minute and be more logical. And then before you make that last decision or this decision about this, then go to your gut. Okay, then go to your gut. Okay, so I kind of love that advice because although I often say go with your intuition, it's never wrong. That is very true. But sometimes we confuse our intuition with our actual emotions. And this is where they want you to get clear. Okay, this is where your ancestors want you to get clear. So let's go ahead and see what your ancestors have in the runes, what message they have for you. Also, if you are a lover of tarot, please check out my other channel. It is the Lotus Spirit Tarot. It is the link is in the description box below. For those of you who have subscribed, but I haven't been around for the last year, I had big changes. I'm so sorry. But I am back now, and we'll see what your ancestors have to say, okay? Okay, so our first rune out is beautiful, okay? This talks about a new journey. This talks about traveling. I feel like when you make this decision, it will revolve around travel for you, the new journey for you. However, remember, that doesn't have to be moving, although some of you, it is physically moving. physically moving. You've been trying to decide, should I live here? Should I live there? Should I go move here for this job? Should I move here for this person? Or if this is just for you, it's a desire. I've always wanted to move and live in this place. But remember, sometimes it's not about the physical travel. It could be moving up in a company. It could be changing companies. It could be a new relationship. You're leaving an old relationship. So it is going to resonate differently from all of you, but it is about this beautiful new journey that you're headed on, okay? Beautiful new journey, Taurus, that you are headed on. Show me clearly. Thank you. Next out, yeah, this is really, really good, guys. This is all about, how do you want me to put that? It's almost like, okay, because this is about being tested, okay? This is about kind of the lessons, okay? That's how they want me to put it. This is about being tested in the lessons. This is an opportunity. This decision you have to make is an opportunity to put some fear aside, okay? It is to get out of your own way. I feel like you've been in your own way emotionally about this. Again, I feel like if you take the emotion out of it, do some logical thinking about it, some pro and con, and saying to yourself, Taurus, what's the worst that can happen, kind of thing. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, some of you know this, some of you don't know this. I used to be a financial advisor, and before I became a financial advisor, when the opportunity came to me, I didn't know anything about it. So I had gone to my father and I said, I don't know if I should do this or not. And he said, what's the worst thing that can happen? And I said, I don't know. And he said, you'll learn about money. So it's kind of like, instead of like the worst thing that can happen and looking at the worst, look at the positive. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You get new contacts. You, in this new job, if it's a career, right? How do you want me to put that? If you get a new job, that it gives you more experience for growth, right? So I know that comes out a little confusing. They're trying to get me to get the right words, but it's an opportunity that you need to take and get out of your own way. I really feel like you get out of your own way. Or others are telling you, you're crazy, you want to move to another country, what are you going to do? Don't let other people deter you, okay? All right, Taurus? And Taurus, if you need a personal reading, although I don't do personal runes readings, I do tarot and Reiki, if that is something you need, my booking site is open. I am taking personal readings at this time. And the link is in the description box below, okay? You have to go through that link because there's too many scammers out there. Everything you need is in the description box below. So let's see what else we have. Thank you. All right. Love this, love this, love this. So Feihu is all about abundance and wealth and fertility and birthing something new and creating something magnificent. So I feel like your ancestors are kind of saying, that's funny. Excuse me, YouTube, shit or get off the pot. Okay, it's time for you to make this decision. And it doesn't mean that if you say no to this opportunity that you won't have that wealth, because again, we're looking at logically, maybe that opportunity isn't at the right timing for you and you need to stay where you're at because you'll travel up in your own company, right? Maybe you go to your company and said, hey, I've been offered from another company and I'm really trying to decide what I want to do. And because you do that, your boss says, well, we don't want to lose you, so we're going to give you a promotion or a raise, okay? Again, however it resonates with you. All right, Taurus, but it's good. The decision isn't bad or good in and of itself. It's just that you have to make the decision, okay? So I love this. Yeah, it's time for a new cycle here, definitely. This is about a harvest, okay? So again, we have two runes that came out that talk about abundance and a harvest and wealth, and that could be experience, that could be something you're learning, that can be money, that can be love. So again, your ancestors are like, you just got to make the decision. But they do want you to be a little bit more logical about it. Okay, and that's okay to do. Remember, these readings, whether they're tarot readings or rune readings, are advice from your spiritual team. This is advice from your ancestors, okay? So it's not about predicting the future as much as it is, we know you're kind of stuck and here's the advice. Like when I went to my father for that advice, right? So this is AWAS, which is all about movement and change, okay? It is time for a change for you. And I think you know this deep down, Taurus. I really do. I feel like you know it's time for a change. You've been sitting behind the mask. I know the same, but I just heard it yesterday, which tells me that it's meant for you. I heard it because it's meant for you. Not making a decision is making a decision. Okay? So if you're feeling stuck, you're not truly stuck. You just have to make a decision here. And again, be a little bit more logical about it. Sorry, I almost dropped the whole thing. Be a little bit more logical about it, but then before you finally make that decision, again, I feel like your ancestors then want you to go inside your gut and say, is this the right thing, right? Because this is the kind of death of the old right here. This rune talks death of the old. And that can still be, if you decide, hey, this opportunity isn't right for me right now, it still pushes you forward, and it's the death of the old. And again, I'm going to use the work as because the work analogy that, you know, if you decide not to go in this new direction, right, but you go and tell your boss says, hey, I'm contemplating going to work for this company, it's still the death of your old position or death of the money, and it's more money or a higher position in your company or whatever this may be. Like I said, I'm just using one example, okay, Taurus? Now, Taurus, I am going to tell you this before we pull the final card for you is come join us on our Patreon channel. We are very supportive, non-judgmental. We are a soul family over there, and we do different things over there. We do tarot readings, motivational. We support each other 100%, guide each other and help each other over there through spirit. And we would love to have you as part of our soul family. We are definitely a soul family over there. So the link for Patreon is in the description box below. And I do feel like I might be incorporating more runes reading over on Patreon. So let's see what we have here for Taurus. Ancestors, show me clearly for Taurus. Yeah, definitely need to make the decision, okay? Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so you have Elder, I can't read. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Yeah. Okay. So your ancestors are here to break a cycle for you. Okay. For example, and again, I don't know why yeah, I guess that makes sense. So let's say you grew up poor, right? Let's say you did. And let's say the generation before that did, and the generation before that did, and the generation before that did, just because we're using the money example here. This is where you break that pattern and real wealth starts coming in for you, Taurus. You know, like real wealth, whatever that is for you. Everybody has a different idea and everybody lives in a different economic climate as far as where you live in the world, right? But I do feel like there is some wealth, or maybe your ancestors' generation, there was divorce after divorce after divorce, and now you're breaking that cycle. You might be getting divorced, but then boom, right? A twin flame, a soulmate comes in. Okay, but you're breaking an ancestral pattern with this, and they are here to help you and guide you with this. So that's a beautiful thing. So Taurus, do not forget to like and share, and definitely subscribe if you haven't. We want to have you a part of this channel. And with that being said, Taurus, all of my love, light, and blessings to you.